vibration, consciously keeping vibrational love frequencies alive, planet abundantly. Because we real G's know elevation is the way to grow exponentially, abundantly. Can you feel me? Now let's get into this. So today I want to talk to you guys about how to keep, how to live our dream within and ignore dream killers. Now, you know me, I like to share from my experiences and getting on this path and actually living out the dream and the lifestyle that I chose for myself was a challenge for me in the early parts of my journey because, you know, I had a different vision within me, apart from what was shown up in reality, you know. And when I would have mentioned this vision that I have inside of me, you know, the catalyst that I was married to before would have said something wrong with me, or he would ask me questions like, is that relative or is that reality? You know, and I would be like, but I have awakened a dream within my heart that I can see clearly, you know. And every time I would talk about this dream with other human beings that who couldn't resonate with that dream because that dream seemed like if it was a fantasy, you know, like no one could ever live that dream in reality because it's impossible to live that dream in reality and still me in this light. You know, live that dream in reality and be happy living that dream in reality. And so I had a lot of naysayers, Grand Rising, whoever it is that has joined on my life, Grand Rising. I had a lot of naysayers who would try to kill this dream that I hold in my heart now. And they would say things like, you're going crazy or something wrong, you know. GJ. Okay, I'm not too familiar with Spanish, but hello. Hello, hello, everybody. Grand Rising, beautiful souls. Hi. It's wonderful to see so many of you here today. Yes, I was talking about dream killers now. And the ones who couldn't feel that, see that dream within now. Hello, beautiful. Oh, Shita, you know, I'm not seeing it clearly because my glasses and there's this tiny phone. God bless you too. God bless you. Yes. And a lot of people can see this dream within because they would tell me things like, that is impossible. I am from the land of, well, I have no idea what that is or what that means. Nevertheless, they would say things like that dream can't come to life because, you know, we live in a world where money is a big thing and you have to work to survive now. And the dream that I had within myself only showed me a reality that is divinely guided from within myself, where beautiful souls come together and live in love, peace, authenticity, and harmony with each other, you know, taking care of each other as we are all the divine expression of the universe, God, and all of what life is now. And because that dream was so strong within, I took the challenge upon myself to live the dream that was, how to say this, that wanted to come alive in reality for myself now. And so I embarked on that journey, not listening to anyone, not putting doubt to that dream that I had within me. And I can tell you now, 5 years later, I am still living that dream, and it is expanding every day and becoming beautiful in every way for my life. I live in total freedom, total sovereignty. You know, I give to myself what I choose to see in life and project it out in reality and have it reflected back to me. And you know, it is beautiful that I can share this with beautiful souls, because you know, back then the dream killers would come in and say, go to work, find a job, do something with yourself, but not realizing that you're already being that dream within yourself now. And my dream become even more beautiful when I started sharing my life with other human beings that are living this co-creative life with the universe, and seeing this beautiful dream that is welled up in all of us and living it into reality. And I know sometimes it can be a little bit hectic living this dream, but because I have trusted the process for my life and have gone forward, even though the dregs of the subconscious programming still try to echo into my life, I have become that dream in reality. Thank you very much, Marquise Bernard, and you are beautiful too, you know. And it is because we living in this new world within ourselves. Dream killers cannot infiltrate that dream we have within ourselves now. And it is so easy for us now to ignore the dream killers, because we know they're not channeling that love frequency in themselves. They're not going within to really anchor themselves in that divine union that is taking place between the universe and the avatar, or the earth, because that's what this body is, the earth. You know, the universe and the earth collectively, you know. And it is so easy for us who have awakened and are aware of ourselves to now ignore the dream killers and live the dream within and bring all our passions, our beauty, our love onto ourselves and have that reflected back onto ourselves, because our reality is unique apart from everything that is going on around us. And now that we know for ourselves that, hey, the universe works in our favor because it is channeled by the heart space now. You know, it is attracted to the heart space and what the heart gives out for life now, which is love, which is 5,000 times stronger than the mind could ever comprehend. You know, and the more we live in love and this dream we have within our, this plan we have within ourselves, because each and every human being came here encoded with that beautiful dream, the dream to live with nature and live with humanity as we see beauty beyond the egotistical states and things that really don't mean anything. I always tell people, I go deeper than normal because without things and human beings being in experiencing life, there will be so much more meaning to life now, and because our universe loves to explore itself with creation and creative things, it is just tools or keeping ourselves active, in co-creating better ways for ourselves and ways to live in harmony with all that is existing in life now. And I go back to saying, I still look at the tribes that who are living with the earth. They don't have electricity. They still function off of getting their water and their food, their source of energy from the sun. They still live in what we call in our innate states and are existing in love now. And when I look at what society has brought us to, which is not a bad thing, because now we know collectively what we can do or what we can co-create for ourselves, and now bring that and give it to our tribal nations, still using the elements of the earth, but now giving to the natives who stayed true to themselves, solar panels, pumps, bringing technology to our innate states worldwide, and having that collectively be our wealth worldwide now, and it is because of dream killers we couldn't see beyond this beauty that we have, but now living it out into reality and have it spread like wildfire. I really do like to talk about wildfire because Mother Earth is when she gets upset, she just spread like wildfire. But nevertheless, I like to make them kind of jokes now. And but when I mean massively being transmuted throughout the earth, so that all of humanity and all of creation is in oneness with itself now, while living in divinity with itself, and not being entrenched by things that really don't matter. Yesterday I had a conversation with a gentleman, and he was saying, we were talking about things, and I told him, I said, well, things really don't matter to me. I can be the wealthiest woman on the planet, but a house, a car, a name brand bag or shoe or dress, those things don't mean nothing to me, because if you give me a chance, I sit out in nature naked in front of everybody and not really care about what others think about me, and he sat in silence while listening to me, hearing these things being said to a woman who has lived through modern times, and hearing it come from my heart now, and I told him, I say, even if I become a millionaire or billionaire, which I am already, because I am divine within myself, and there's no amount of things outside myself can make me a billionaire or millionaire. I'm an infernillionaire in the sense that my soul never dies now. And I'm always returning into my space and experiencing myself in a greater potential ways with myself now, and I was saying to him, even though I come into that kind of material wealth, nobody will know because I love to live simple. I will use money as a tool to upgrade my lifestyle that is eco-friendly, that is sustainable, that is all in oneness with the earth. But I will also help reflections of myself to live in that truth and not have to be burdened by a system or a matrix that keeps us that was keeping that not keep us that was keeping us stuck in a box and couldn't see our infinite potentials now, and how we as a collective can come together and balance out our lifestyles and make this web of life work together for each and every human being. There is no separation, there is no color, there is no race, there's no segregation, there's no none of these things going on with humanity, and really live in love, peace, and authenticity with each other, because the universe is like that. It has only been authentic with itself, and it has only created the dream which it beholds within itself. So we as humanity that are awake and have broken all these subconscious programs, now aligned with the universe and co-creating the dream within that we have for ourselves, ignoring the ones who are trapped in the egotistical states to seem like they have something for themselves when they really have nothing. No love, no empathy, no kindness, no compassion, no respect for the divinity that is keeping them breathing every day, that is keeping your avatars alive in every way. Grand rising, beautiful. Hi, Vernon. Hi, baby. Grand rising. Yes. And, because we have channeled this love in our hearts and now seeing the universe separate the chaff from the weeds, and we too who are in tune with that vibrational frequencies and can also discern who needs to be in our space and who doesn't. We give this infinite beauty unto ourselves. I had to live away from everything, and it was frightening at first until this beauty that I will choose to live within myself start to show up in my reality towards myself. Now I had met beautiful, 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 beautiful souls as myself, balancing themselves, and it's not about being people pleasing or overly loving. People think that that because God is love now, that God cannot allow us to be authentic and what's the word I mean? Speak our truth, and be open with ourselves when something affects ourselves, and be brutally honest in love with others as ourselves now. Because you see me here, beautiful. I am not perfect. I always tell people that if somebody has come against my truth, I will authentically say what they are doing is not my truth, is not the truth within. And I probably will briefly give why it is so, or just leave it like, that's not my truth, And if they try to overstep that boundary, I now exit or leave them in the space that they're in for them now to either meditate on it or just stay in their egotistical state now, And these are what dream killers do to our lives now. They try to gaslight us and make us feel like they know something is wrong with us. And the truth that we hold, because they can't see it in reality, because they're not living it, it makes them want to take away that dream within, because like I said yesterday in my live, some people don't like to experience beauty now, because beauty holds a certain substance that is loving onto each other now, and some people like that chaos to be the thing that keeps us separated from our humanity, and can't see that, hey, this avatar is not you, it's not me. It is just a suit as the divine expression itself living in reality. So it's in this we understand collectively in our humanness now that dream killers cannot and will not ever kill the dream within, as we look out, living the dream within, and see it reflected back onto myself. I am living this every single present moment. Today I didn't go out to walk today because I'm detoxing. And when I detox, I don't leave my home because I need to stay close to the throne. But nevertheless, I still ventured out into my neighborhood because I was looking for some spinach again. Me and spinach is best friends. And I didn't go down to where I went yesterday because, as I say, I'm detoxing. But while I'm moving around, I remember I had a neighbor who just had an abundance of bitter curd. And I said, today that after my fast, I will be a really nice thing to have some of that bitter curd, or what we call Karaili here in Trinidad and Tobago. And I remember that she asked me a week ago for some plants. The same spinach that I love, she's asking me for plants now. I don't have any space for it to grow in my space because my whole yard is occupied with food, so I have no space for it to grow, and it's a vine. And I say, you know what, today is a lovely day to make exchange, because she has been giving me this bitter curd because it's been growing abundant. And I say to myself, time to share some love. And so I went and I looked for plants that she has space to grow, which I still love the spinach, and now I have somewhere I can go and get it because she have the space to grow it. And I got about 6 plants for her, and I went to her and she's like, oh gosh, I was too glad to get this today because the seeds aren't sprouted yet, but now that I have seedlings, I could plant it anywhere in her space. And it was then I felt that I could have asked her, if she said, no, I can't eat all of this bitter curd, and I'm so glad that you here asking me. And even though she invited me some weeks ago, she said you could come and get whenever you want, and but I felt like sharing the love by getting the plants for her than to just come and take from her now, And it is in always being mindful of ourselves and how the dream works, and to how to keep it alive through the web of life by giving and receiving and loving and showing appreciation for each other. And, we ignore the dream killers because we are living this dream in reality in every present moment. And I can tell you that I know for myself that I will have more than one space now to get the spinach now that I have given her plants to plant in a space, not looking forward to just going there and getting it, but because I have given it in one space and have received it in other spaces, it has been made accessible to me, giving from my heart and receiving from others abundantly. And it's not something that we do to expect something, we do it from our hearts. And this is what this keep the dream within our life now, because we are living it in reality, using the web of life to ensure that everyone is receiving and giving and loving and caring and nurturing and being compassionate with everyone, that are reflections of ourselves. Because we have to remember, we live in a world with others who don't like this beauty that we have within ourselves and doesn't want it to expand outwardly, but it cannot be stopped. It's either they get on board and change their lives, or go down with the system that they love so much. And that's really not our problem, because we can see for ourselves in each and every day the dream we have within ourselves, and how it will come to our life, because we are continuously projecting ourselves in the future, and by extension the generation that comes from the wombs of the mothers and the seeds of the fathers of this earth, that nothing is more beautiful than to live this dream that is innately our birthright, and co-creating from the greater source of life and the truth and the authenticity that is innately ours, living our birthright now, And I say to you today, beautiful souls, because we can see the dream killers, and the reason for this is because they don't believe in themselves and the source of life that is giving them this energy to live holistically within themselves, and is only asking for humanity to be organic and whole within themselves, and live out all the experiences that will eventually bring you true to reality, So it is fundamental for us now to keep focus, live the dream within, and see the beauty of Mother Earth and the universe come together, keeping humanity alive, so it expands itself with the truth of who we are collectively, loving each other as brothers, sisters, keeper of our divinity, and ignoring the dream killers who clearly cannot tap into their divinity. So I say to you today, beautiful souls, keep the dream of love alive within and bring your divine codes in every present moment, living the dream within. I hope this has been something beautiful to have today, to start your day and to keep the vibes within you high in every way. Living that dream of love that reigns abundantly in every way in our life and lifetimes to come. Keeping the dream alive and ignoring the dream killers who may ultimately choose to grow down with a system that kills the dream that they never experience within themselves, all because they choose to live in negative, egotistical states for themselves. I am infinite elevation, expanding consciously and keeping high vibrational love frequencies alive exponentially, abundantly on the planet, living our dream within into reality and having it reflected back on to each and every one of us through the web of life that loves us and keeps us sustainable in every area and way of our life, collectively tapped in to the truth of who we are, spiritual beings having a human existence now and for all eternity, innately in our birthright, living our divinity, bringing blessings, breakthroughs, and miracles into reality for our lives and generations to come. Balance in our divinity in every way of our life. I love all of you. High vibrational. Woohoo! 5D. Beautiful new earth stars. You have a beautiful day now. I love all of you.